You know, sometimes the background Mafia rhubarb chatter lines up perfectly. So I did off-screen transported the tank that was being saved at our fancy penthouse apartment on the Western Island. I transported it to Vercetti Estates. And as I was pulling up in the tank, one of the guys went, "What's going on?" And then as I got out of the tank, they went, "Hey, it's Mr. V." Hey, I'm Serious JG. Welcome back to Let's Play Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This is going to be silly. But we're going to use a tank to make the first half of this mission is going to be just as big of a pain in the ass as it's been, but the second half should be trivial if they let me use a tank. Tommy Vercetti, the famous golfing gangster. You moron!
You moron! What were you thinking?
I can't figure out the time. I don't think I can get him to say "you moron" and have it cut. He always gets in "what were you thinking?" Unless I cut it so early, I risk not even getting "you moron." Oh, thank goodness this is still here, though. I would have been really annoyed if somehow it disappeared. I appreciate you not destroying my car, Tommy. Yeah, you know it's difficult when you're driving this thing. So, what we're probably going to have to do is park the tank and then attract attention. Otherwise, I really don't know how we're going to get to where we don't have 100 cops chasing us and blocking that entrance. But yeah, getting the cop uniforms should be the hardest part using the Rhino. And again, I know it feels a bit like cheating, but this game is less forgiving than current Grand Theft Auto games about like giving you mission checkpoints and letting you complete part once and then not have to do it 10 times because the next part is also difficult. Like, I think that kind of difficulty has its place in games. I find that myself, I'm more patient to retry a mission a dozen times when I'm not Let's Playing. Because when I'm Let's Playing, it's not only like, don't I have something better to do? There's an element. I blame Panzer General and Ninja Gaiden for this, really. There's an element of people are going to start getting pissed off about all these failure videos. And I just don't... I've got a set amount of videos I want to upload a week. I can't just have 2 or 3 failure videos and then not upload the results. I need the content. I like that Tommy adjusted the door there. That was... Seems like if I just come up this extra block or two closer, there's always a lot of cops right around here. And I think it's because you're getting close to the mall. Yeah. Again, I gotta be careful about getting busted because they just flat out pull me out of the tank. Yeah, they stopped following me. They lost interest. Destroying a cop car got them re-engaged. Well, I mean, I can hope I get lucky, because sometimes they just chase you in the way you want them to. Yeah. Somehow that just worked. I'm pretty sure the cops should have been dead, but it
Oh, yeah, mine too.
and also, these uniforms are chop royal, Tommy. I'm pretty sure the cops got killed when their car slammed into the tank, but they registered as being inside for long enough. Let's make sure I don't accidentally run over Lance. Okay, this could be... Take some damage, try and navigate our way out of this garage. We'll find out whether this counts as a cop car. Come out here, we'll discuss this like gentlemen. No, sir, I'm in a tank. Now, I don't know what happens if you get a wanted level on your way. You probably have to lose it. So let's not do that. Could be some different challenges here. It does still consider us cops. Now I'm wondering, how are we going to get into the mall? Is the cop going to be able, or is the tank going to be able to fit up here in this? Okay, yeah, it should be. Not going to have a lot of room to spare, but Lance might have some challenge getting in.
Remember, smile at the other cops.
Hey there, officer. Nice badge. Nice badge.
Real smooth, Lance.
Famous gangster Lance Vance and not a cop. Oh, hi, other cop.
Okay, timers are set. 5 seconds and ticking.
5 seconds. We got to get the hell out of here.
Okay, it does eventually blow up. It's not just as soon as you try to leave the mall, which is what it seemed to be. Surprisingly little interest from these cops. Oh, what the hell? How? Lance didn't make it in? I could have sworn he made it in. Well, okay. Lance is still up there. So, try to get back to Lance without getting pulled out of the tank. There's Lance. Damn it, he's trying to actually find us. It was better off with him just staying still, actually. Oh well. A little chalk outline. That was an interesting bit of humor. Not sure what the point of trying to get a star is in the Rhino. I'll end up getting it back, probably, from the destruction I caused just while fleeing. The point is, unless I get really unlucky, they shouldn't really be able to stop me. But I think you guys already got that. Now we've got a... there is a cop star coming up here that I can try to get. Yeah, he really shouldn't have done that, should he? There's actually other cop stars around here. I could lose the attention completely with a lot of luck and a better knowledge of where all the cop stars are, because there's plenty of them around. I just don't remember in detail where all of them are. That's one of those things, if you really get addicted to the game, you start to get a good memory of where all the cop bribes are located, which makes certain missions significantly easier. Or just free roam in general gets a lot easier if you can fairly painlessly lose a wanted level. Like, I knew there was some in these back roads here. Though honestly, this might not be a great strategy here. Oh, here it is. Oh no, that's not a wanted star. Crap. Well, there are some of them in these back alleys. That's also a real good way to get stuck in the tank. Yeah, I really shouldn't have come back here. I've been pretty lucky about them not actually trying to pull me out of the tank, which is really the only thing they could do. Okay. At a 2-star wanted level, I could probably just be doing this in a regular car, but the idea is getting out of those first few blocks there had just proven really, really difficult. Because in a more normal situation with that high a wanted level, you need to be able to get out of a car once it gets wrecked by the cops that are trying to stop you and switch vehicles. And with when you have to keep Lance safe, that's extremely difficult. There ends up being a lot of luck involved in whether Lance gets killed. Because you get out and start running, like you got to get out and just bolt in a direction to get away from the cops, and Lance doesn't immediately follow you, or he follows you but gets hit by a car because you're too busy calculating your own survival to think about him. It's tough. But it's another mission we cheesed via the Rhino. Let me know in the comments if you object to this, or if you're like, no, this is part of what makes Grand Theft Auto fun, is that you can, like, use a tank. Okay, let's get out and walk. And hopefully I don't lose my tank. I'll be pretty mad if I lose my tank. Ah, there we go. That's the last mission for the protection ring. Vercetti Estate will now generate revenue up to a maximum of $5,000. Make sure you collect it regularly. Your tank will guard it for you. Oh no, my tank disappeared. No, it didn't. Okay. And the cop outfit has been delivered, which means we can now go steal assault choppers any old time we want to. But you got to go to the police station to do it. It's a pain in the butt. But yeah, that is the main thing. I've lost track of how many videos in it. Oh. Yeah,
Tommy, it's me, Lance. Keep your mouth shut there, Tommy, because I ain't got no time to talk. I ain't interested in what you got to say. Why should I be? You don't care about me, do you?
What?
You got to look after me a bit better. Give me a spare slice, you know? Hey, Tommy, man, look, hey, I'm sorry. It's just that people patronize me all my life, treat me like a little kid. My brother would do that. Please, man, don't do that. I gotta go.
Okay. So, don't treat me like a child, Tommy. Turns out to be this game's version of Play It Again, Sam. He doesn't actually say it. But, that's the last we're going to hear from Lance for a while, I think. There's various other missions that we got to do. But I don't think Lance is involved in them. And I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed. I wish we could just default to the cool Miami Vice shirt, but that is not what we default to. So anyway, now when we look on our map legend, we've got Tommy's Mansion is highlighted because that's a place where we can go get cash. So what should we do with the last few minutes here? Well,
Hey, it's Mr.
forget about him, Mario. Hey, I'm not Mario. I'm Luigi, man.
Give me a break.
You can see it's 77.
What are you doing?
If you just keep staring at it for a while, it'll eventually become, I think it'll eventually become 78. Maybe it stays at 77. A watch pot never boils. But this thing very slowly increases until it gets to 5,000 and then it stops. So you can always come back here for a couple of bucks. And eventually, as we do these missions for these, like we buy assets to put them in Tommy's Empire, and do stuff at those places, do missions.
To be inclusionary.
We
Just to good gangs and give bad gangs a silly hat to wear. It would give people something to feel.
basically we have lots of places on the map. You just eventually you get to the point where you just hop in your car and drive around the city collecting cash from all these businesses. Oh, I want to be checking V-Rock until I get that Ozzy Osbourne song. Like, here's a business we can buy that you got to be careful of. You got to be careful of the saves. If you save at this place, I think you can break the game. It's Ice Cream Factory, 20,000. Well, we have 200,000, so I think we could afford this. Cherry Popper Ice Creams. Oh, boy. Cherry Pop and Daddies. What a funny name we have for a business.
Who are you?
Your new owner.
Were you now or at any time a child?
What are you talking about?
Were you a child?
Yes, calm down.
I
What's wrong
knew
with
it. A child. A dirty, stinking, sniveling, snotty, vile, puking, crying little baby. A baby! An awful, horrible, disgusting little boo-hoo. Mommy doesn't love you. You little shit.
I forgot about her.
Oh, calm down.
I hate babies. And I hate children. They're dirty, sniveling, snotting, vile, puking
Enough
little...
already.
So he's got a good
What
question.
is wrong with you? You make soft ice cream, okay? It's purely for kids. What kind of psycho are you? Just so I understand this, why make children happy
Yeah.
if you hate them?
Oh, you stupid, sniveling, snotty...
Shut up!
Rat! The ice cream is a front. We distribute other non-dairy products. And if I see a kid, I put him to good use. Don't I, kiddies? Yes, I do. Mommy doesn't love you. She hates you.
Nice lady. Still, I hear there's good money in ice cream.
Ice Cream Factory purchased $20,000. You don't want to save here. But if you get in the truck, use your Mr. Whoopi van to distribute Cherry Poppers product around Vice City.
Now, Mr. Shrub, let's not make
You receive money for each transaction you make, but the more transactions you make, the more police attention you get. Make a transaction, park your van, and press the L3 button to play the ice cream jingle to attract customers. Local gangs may not appreciate you doing business on their turf, so expect hostility if you do so.
We've got ignore it.
So basically, we're selling Cherry Poppers, which are... They're like whippets, or are they a harder drug? I'm not sure. That's one of the songs that triggers a copyright strike.
Guns and heavy artillery.
I probably already did, but there's no... So the gang here is a gang that I control. So I don't know how much of this I have to do before the property starts earning money. Are you a Cuban gang member? No, you're just a dude. It said L3, right? I'm parking on the side of the road. Tried R3, I've tried L3. Do I have to get off of the road? There's a cop chasing one of the Rent-A-Cop security guards. That's pretty out there. Oh, I remember coming here in the past and doing the Mr. Whoopi, doing the missions here because there would be no hostile gangs. Because you don't need to have the radio off. I was just trying to minimize the number of things that could mess it up. Well, this is annoying. Let me see here. Mr. Whoopi PS4. Mr. Whoopi Mission Vice City. I didn't have PS4 in the search terms there, but and then I got articles from like 2012, so that's probably before this remake. Following completion of this mission, the Cherry Popper Ice Cream Company will generate a revenue of up to $3,000 a day. Oh, you have to sell 50 in a row. So I don't want to start doing that as part of this video anyway. Okay, so I need to probably look up this and add in PS4 and glitch. Oh, Mr. Whoopi Horn not working. If the horn doesn't work, don't despair. I know this is great content here. And yet, every other vehicle, the horn seems to work. A couple things. Are you definitely an ice cream van? Some unknown reason, if you press directly or hold the button, it doesn't always sound the horn. What you need to do is flick the horn with the swipe gesture. What? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, well, we don't have much time left in the video, so I probably need to... Oh, that does work. Well, now I gotta sell 50 of these in a row. Guess I could do 2 videos. Or nobody's interested in it? I'm selling drugs here, guys. Come on. Get interested.
I know people. What's wrong with your gas, buddy?
I could swear I've driven around on this island and sold the ice cream here. I was trying to intentionally shut it off and back on as though that might reset something. Come on, you look like somebody who would enjoy some drugs. Maybe if you drive up to a park and then start it up. I mean, it's a fun idea, but it's not making for a fun mission. That's where you walk, Scooby-Doo. It's like NPCs are threatening each other. Okay, let's get away from... What the fuck, man? Oh, now the rental cops are shooting at me. Okay, let's go to the first island. It doesn't have hostile gangs, but it also doesn't have rent-a-cops. Unless something happens and somebody actually shows interest in my product. here, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So I know about the gangs. There might be more gangs in the city than I realize because some of them don't have plot involvement, but I know about the Cubans and the Haitians, and they're both on the second island. Well, I mean, you're supposed to piss off the cops if you're selling it around them. Because they somehow can tell it's drugs. You know what? Mr. Whoopi issues help and support. No matter how long you press, it doesn't work. Oh. Okay, well, it's possible. I think this is really... Okay, I'm just going to check this out. I think the issue now is that I got out of the vehicle, so it ended Mr. Whoopi missions. So there is something where the horn is super finicky compared to any other horn in any other vehicle in the game. But I'm also pretty sure I accidentally... Like, it didn't restart the mission when I got back in. So I have to go to the Mr. Whoopi... and, you know, I own the joint, so I can blow up the vehicle. But let's try blowing it up. And then we'll drive back to the place since I own it now. And I just want to see if I can get these missions to work. And if I can, maybe the next video will be Mr. Whoopi missions. Well, so I ran over one of my own gang members, and the rest of the gang, they get a little bit panicky and run away from me, but they don't do anything about it because I'm the boss. Our fist world. Well, we're going to be meeting those guys in the music missions that some dude mentioned, so...
Grayshaw and John Florida Hickory discussing safety. I guess you've all...
So now I can probably do this. Yeah, the missions... Let's check this out. Here we go. Okay. Now we're talking. Now it's Mr. Whoopi time. Now this Let's Play is really kicking into high gear. Okay, I'm going to call it a video and immediately start another video in which we attempt to do the Mr. Whoopi missions. And you succeed by selling 50, and you have to do it all in one shot. Because as soon as you get out of the vehicle, it terminates the missions. And it's not cumulative. So the next video may not be the most exciting one I've ever done if I pick someplace safe to do this at. Anyway, catch you guys next time.